Hi again, Ian Dainty, and we're carrying through with our 101 marketing questions for business growth. And today we have question number 29, which follows on in the marketing sense, and that is, how do you measure the success of your marketers? Now, everyone's heard the saying, the CEO says, and I've mentioned it before, but it's worth keep mentioning that I know 50% of my marketing isn't working. I'm just not sure which 50%. Well, what you want to do is eliminate the 50% that isn't working so that the 100% is. And then you measure the success of your marketers, and they're not the first people cut when you when there's a downturn. And unfortunately, that happens. That's because they're not measured. So let's look at how you do measure. Well, marketing should have all of these things, and you'll see successes in the red. They should have analysis and a solution, obviously. There's a process. They need objectives. They need to work within a team. They have to have a vision, and they need to have sales. And that's really key. So let's look at, how do you measure marketing success? Well, first of all, it should be based on revenue. And there's only a way it can be based on revenue, and that's by having a process, and we'll talk about that. You need to work with sales on it, because sales are the ones who really bring in the revenue, although marketing should be a big part of that, based on the way we market today with internet and social media and websites, etc. So you need to work with, but you need to work with sales, because they're the ones, particularly in a large B2B, which we're talking about, sales situation. If it's a 10K or more, usually you do, particularly if it gets up to over 20 or 25K, then you're getting into a longer sales cycle and a buying cycle, and so you have to work with sales. I believe, as I mentioned in a lot of my these videos, that anybody under $100 million in revenue should only be working on lead generation. So marketing should be working with qualified leads, and qualified leads are worked on by working with sales, and you have a qualification process. So it's important that they're measured on qualified leads. And you need a system and a process in place to do all of this, based on the sales funnel, based on the buying cycle of your clients and prospects. So you need to have a system and process in place to do that when you work with sales, okay? And you need analytics. You can't measure anything if there's no measurements in place. So you need analytics. Particularly Google Analytics are really good, but there are so many analytic platforms out there that you can use that are excellent to help you do that. And you need to figure out from your own perspective, from your own business, what analytics are good. But the minimum you use are Google Analytics on your website. So that's, and the last one, of course, is your reward for success. I believe that marketers should be paid based on revenue, which falls into all of these things, and it's got to fall through to revenue. Therefore, if they are based on revenue, based on generating qualified leads, then they're going to work towards that. They'll find a way to do that. And then you won't cut them. They won't be cut, or if you're a marketer, you won't be cut during a downturn. And that's what's key. Marketers need to be doing the marketing. The salespeople need to be doing the sales. Sales should not be doing lead qualification or lead generation. They obviously should have an input into lead qualification. And in some respects, they should be doing that. Okay? So you got to have your marketing measured and paid for that. So how do you reward success? How's that? Isn't that a beauty? I love that picture. And with a clenched fist and the thing, made success. Isn't that great? So reward success, measure marketers on success based on what I just talked about. So if you have any questions or comments, please email me at ian@b2bbusinesscoach.com. Please use your comments and like this so your colleagues and other people can see it. And I would appreciate any other questions that you have. Thanks a lot. Until next time.